Why Twice is the best girl group?
Hello my friends and welcome back to Where Are They Now? In today's video, I'll be giving you the rundown on the biggest Korean-based girl group in the world, Twice. Twice is a 9-piece South Korean girl group formed by JYP Entertainment and its company founder JYP, or JY Park. The members consist of leader and main vocalist Jihyo, center and lead vocalist Nayeon, lead vocalist Jeongyeon, main dancer, rapper, and sub-vocalist Momo, lead dancer and vocalist Sana, main dancer and sub-vocalist Mina, lead rapper and sub-vocalist Dahyun, main rapper and sub-vocalist Chaeyoung, and sub-vocalist, face of the group, and maknae, Tzuyu. The girl group was created under a South Korean girl group's survival reality television show known as 16 in 2015. 16 was created in collaboration with JYP Entertainment and popular South Korean television music channel Mnet, and saw Twice's debut in October 2015 with their first extended play, The Story Begins, featuring its title track Like Ooh Ah. If you listen to K-pop or stan idols, who's your favorite girl group and who's your favorite boy group? Let me know in the comments. Twice may be South Korea's most popular girl group in their country at the moment, but their success wasn't always guaranteed. However, through their survival and massively anticipated debut from JYP and Mnet's 16 as mentioned earlier, we saw Twice make their mark in the industry as Korean artists who easily held their own in the talented world of K-pop among their seniors and juniors. By February 2020, JYP launched a partnership with Republic Records to assist Twice with international promotions and help them create a name for their brand to reach the scale of worldwide recognition. The 9-Sun band has a fandom club for themselves named Ones, and their official fan colors are apricot and neon mage. They currently all share a dorm for living as it gives them the easiest access to their jobs, and it's quite common for the majority of K-pop groups to also live with their group mates. According to K-Profiles, Twice's current rooming arrangements are Jihyo, Nayeon, Sana, and Mina, who share the biggest space, Jeongyeon and Momo in another, and Dahyun, Chaeyoung, and Tzuyu in a final room. The members originate from various parts of Korea, Japan, and Taiwan, and are best known for their performances and songs of bright, catchy Korean, English, and Japanese pop tunes. Twice's official debut, Twicegram, topped the Korean, Taiwanese, and US world charts following its release in 2017. In 2020, Twice made their first ever appearance on Billboard's 200 charts with their 9th EP, More and More. A few months after this, Twice surpassed their original placement on B200's chart for their sophomore full-length album titled Eyes Wide Open. Sometime after their debut, Twice issued Page 2, which began paving the way for their soon-to-be credited K-pop domination title due to their continuous rise on the charts in their 3 home countries and the US. Their third mini-album, Twice Coaster, Lane 1, saw its release in late 2016 and fairly quickly followed its Lane 2 reissue in early 2017. For this, Lane 2 peaked in the top 5 of the Korean, Taiwanese, and Billboard world charts. Between the Twice Coaster releases, fans were gifted with iconic bops like TT and Knock Knock. From then, Twice issued their 4th mini-album Single in the spring, which became Twice's 3rd Korean and 4th Taiwanese chart topper with the 3rd rank on Billboard's world chart. In the summer, Twice smartly began feeding into the success of Signal and seek to push themselves into the Japanese language market. For this, the girl group hit the studio to re-record their biggest singles and dubbed their first ever chart in New Zealand. Twicegram was the girls' next release as their debut full-length album, led by leading single Likey and topping Korean, Taiwan, and US world album charts in October of that year. Their dip back into the Korean market with their 5th mini-album What Is Love and its subsequent reissue Summer Nights. Following all of that was their chart-topping 6th mini-album, Yes or Yes, with the title track of the same name. Twice's 2019 Japanese compilation kicked off at the beginning of that year, and then their 7th mini-album, Fancy You, was produced with the title track Fancy leading the musical body of work. It wasn't much longer before their next chart topper hit music platforms. For this, Once has received Twice's Korean-based 8th mini-album, Feel Special. At this point, by 2020, the 9-Sun were cranking out short-release comebacks every few months, with their US debut on the album chart for their 9th mini-album More and More. In September of that same year, Twice charted the highest they've ever been with Eyes Wide Open, which was accompanied by the retro 80s-styled synth-pop I Can't Stop Me. This song is what fueled Twice's US debut TV appearance on Stephen Colbert's Late Show. Since, Twice has made many other US TV appearances, like their Kelly Clark performance of Cry For Me off Eyes Wide Open, and their Good Morning America The Feels performance off their 3rd Korean studio album, Formula of Love, 0 + T = Heart. From 2021 to approximately right before the new year of 2022, Twice made a group guest appearance on virtual K-pop group KDA's All Out EP with the single I'll Show You, and dropped one of their most anticipated releases in June 2021, which was their 10th mini album Taste the Love with title track Alcohol Free leading. Twice continued to carry the romance theme into their first full English language single, The Feels, which saw a 12th spot debut on Billboard's Global 200, replacing its last song for the highest placement in Twice's musical history. Formula of Love eventually came around in November to close out Twice's mega successful year filled with promotions. The FOL tracklist was jam-packed with various smooth-sounding love-driven tracks that was dubbed their highest-selling album to date at that point. Promotions for FOL fell into the new year and ended a few months before their current latest release of their 11th mini album Between 1 and 2, which features title track Talk That Talk. Now let's discuss Twice's solid track record of making major milestones and how it pertains to what we've learned so far. Contrary to one's belief, after all of their success, you'd think Twice would have surpassed endless records that their counterparts Blackpink and BTS have, but their international fame is still quite new as opposed to the latter groups who have found almost instant worldwide traction. However, Twice has done more than well enough as a brand and a group to branch out and free themselves from simply being an entertainment act that solely South Korea enjoys. We know this because Twice has officially become the fastest K-pop girl group to hit this upcoming major milestone, and it's not necessarily the easiest to achieve. Twice surpassed the fastest K-pop girl group whose music video hit 20 million views. The video in question, their visuals for Yes or Yes. This has given them yet another record to place in the K-pop music video books. Twice's Yes or Yes music visuals hit the fastest one to reach 20 million views in just under 10 hours and 27 minutes. This record was previously held by veterans Blackpink for their Do 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 track, which bagged a narrow 14 hours. Twice are also the holders of the fastest K-pop girl group to reach 10 million views record, again with Yes or Yes, in a mere 6 hours and 10 minutes. However, Bangtan Boys or BTS still hold the record for the fastest K-pop music group to reach 20 million views overall for their visuals for Idol, with a whopping 6 hours and 35 minutes after its release. Not only is Twice breaking international records though, but they're absolutely killing the game in Korea as they continually surpass their own sale records. Twice has been hailed as one of the queens of K-pop, as well as the best-selling Korean girl group of all time, no doubt because of their first high week sales records on Hanto charts among other achievements. Twice has previously outsold its first week of sales of Fancy You with Feel Special. Alongside this, Twice has obtained a handful of other highest first week sales on Hanto in the top 10 for the following releases: Fancy You in second with 151k, Twice the Gram in fifth with 129k, Yes or Yes in sixth with 118k, Signal in seventh with 114k, Twice Coastered L2 in eighth with 113k, What Is Love in ninth with 109k, and Summer Nights in 10th with 106k. Therefore, Twice dominated the majority of the highest placements aside from fellow girl groups Blackpink and IZ*ONE. Alongside their sales and view counts, Twice additionally surpassed the first ever Korean girl group with the highest album sales in Korea, formerly held by SM Entertainment's 1997 girl group SES, who once had the highest album sales, dubbing them in South Korean history as legends in the K-pop industry. In accordance with JYP Entertainment, Fancy You was the girls' bestseller at the time, with over 3.75 million albums being bought at one point. Meanwhile, other iconic K-pop seniors like Girls' Generation and Baby VOX made history by following up Twice's records with an average highest selling rate of 2.8 million and a lowest of 1.9 million album copies distributed. As of today, Twice has proven they can hold their own in any industry they choose, whether that's home-based or Western. We saw them enter a brand new era this past Friday with their 11th studio mini album Between 1 and 2. Coming fresh off their contract renewal that caused serious worries in fans prior, JYP has made sure that the world knows they are back as amazing as ever and quite literally are not going anywhere for the next several years. Twice even hosted their sold-out US Stadium tour earlier this year. Following the release of Talk and Talk, we got a blend of Twice's experimental sound as they grow into a more mature side of their music. Formerly, Twice was releasing nothing but sugar sweet, cutesy tracks back to back, but with Fancy You, I Can't Stop Me, and Cry For Me, we were met with a more girl crush concept from the Aegyo inspired group. Somehow though, the successful Talk That Talk meets somewhere in the middle of that, with an age-appropriate Y2K concept that feeds Once's original love for debut S Twice, while still showcasing growth as 7-year veterans. According to members of Twice, the B-side for the album carry out the Y2K concept while showcasing some of the members' writing abilities. Lead rapper Chaeyoung wrote Basics, which is a dream pop pop song that describes taking things slow with a back to basics type of love. Leader Jihyo gave fans a powerful love song titled Trouble, and Dahyun penned Gone and When We Were Kids. This release will show once is that Twice will ultimately continue to embrace their queen title dubbed by their fan base. Quote, "Between 1 and 2 was a great way for Twice to show fans they are ready to continue delivering music and breaking records. It is definitely an album everyone will feel LOVE." Now that is it for today's WATN. If there are any other Hollywoods you'd like to see in our next rundown, please feel free to drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to let us know what your thoughts are on today's Where Are They Now video. This was your host Mikkel, and I'll see you all again in the next one.